Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Ahmed and this is Egyptian Reacts and Reviews. Today we'll be watching episode number 2 of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. But please first, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. It helps me grow my channel and have more perks to present to my viewers. Please also leave a like and a comment if you would like by the end of the video. In the previous episode, we met a few characters. Mostly, we met, for me, there were four main elf characters that we followed: Galadriel, Elrond, the High King, and Adorine. Adorine is a soldier in the outpost. He is a completely new character to me. And it's very interesting, his relationship with Bronwyn, a woman at the village where he is stationed, and her son, who I believe is going to turn out to be his son as well, and his hair just covers his elf ears. We also met the Harfoots. Specifically, we met Nori, who is an adventurous Harfoot. She has this vibe about her that reminds me of Bilbo, but yet she looks a lot like Frodo. She seemed very unsatisfied with just living by without any change. Just be with the other Harfoots, away from everyone, just doing what they're supposed to and nothing else. And we ended the episode with this asteroid falling right in front of her, and there is a man who was inside that asteroid just laying on the ground. So who is that man? We're going to find out, so let's get into it. Oh, we got an intro? Oh yeah, she's still swimming. Well, technically it's not that far off. I forgot that, uh, when Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn were, pursuing the orcs, they run for days and they don't stop, so it's not that far off that she can swim all the way back. Wait, is it gonna be Gandalf?
Alright, Poppy!
I don't think Gandalf was there at that time, right? He wasn't the... Is that Gandalf, and this is why he likes hobbits? Because, it's the first person he meets was a hobbit? Well, here she's a Harfoot. But... Was that an eye in the flame? Okay, he's either Gandalf or Sauron. It's either the most evil or the most good.
Human? No way, he'd be squished. What, elf, maybe? Wrong ears. And he's not handsome. Not to mention, elves don't fall from the sky. Nobody does. As far as I know. He did. Are you even pulling? Of course I'm pulling. Well, pull harder.
The next 3 seasons will be our fault. If fog lasts a little too long, we'll...
He could have landed anywhere and he landed here. I know it sounds strange, but somehow I just know he's important. I can't walk away from that, not till I know he's safe.
That's very nice of you. Except if it turns out to be Sauron, because then literally you could have saved 3,000 years of terror.
Like in a ground shake.
No bodies. No wounded.
Perhaps they all fled.
Perhaps.
So they saw it coming, or did they all were they all captured or vaporized?
His wife was Hannah.
This was no ground shake. Someone dug this passage.
Something. Men did not do this.
Feanor's hammer.
Feanor's hammer.
Tool that wrought the Silmarils.
To grow beyond petty works of jewel craft and devise something of real power.
What is it you hope to craft?
What is but a glint on the far
Is
horizon?
he the one who will think of making the rings?
The how.
The tower.
One that can host a forge more powerful than any ever built.
Have you considered seeking partners outside the confines of our own race?
How far outside?
Khazad-dûm? Really? The dwarves. Nice. I like the map thing. Like, it really is much simpler than the movies. Now we can actually see where everything stands in real time.
Diplomatic achievement of the age.
Their prince, Durin, is an old and dear friend. Almost like a brother to me. We seek an audience with Prince Durin.
No.
My apologies. Inform Lord Durin that his friend, Elrond,
His judgment has already been rendered, Elf.
What's going on there?
I invoke the right of Sigyn Tarag.
What is the right? Certain you know what you're doing.
Lord Celebrimbor, trust me. You are master of your craft, my friend. Allow me a few days to work mine.
A few days? What is he going to do? Nice.
My heart sings to see you,
The
Lord.
elf, Elrond, has invoked the right of Sigyn Tarag. We shall break the great stones until one of us can break no more.
Is he messing with him, or is there something that made him actually mad at him?
Does the elf understand?
Oh, is that why he said he give him a few days, because that's how long they're gonna keep banging on the stones?
Boon, but should he lose?
Banished. Yes. Understood.
And if he wins?
Hello?
Okay, this seems like more like an evil wizard or darkness. It reminds me of the symbol Gandalf drew on Bilbo's door.
How bad is it? Can he migrate?
Well, I mean, interesting in a society where like migration and mobility is key. Someone who hurts their foot is actually a liability now. And it actually may be like sort of like a death sentence if left behind. Sea monster? The Kraken? Wait, is it the Kraken? Is that a boat?
Over here.
Cruelty will not be our deliverance.
Don't let her on.
What did they survive exactly?
The worm.
The worm?
Our ship.
Worm.
Damn. Is it like a water dragon? They're dead immediately. Is that the one guy he separated himself from the rest?
Galadriel.
I'm Halbrand.
Halbrand? I feel like this is a name I should know. Sounds familiar. The hammer broke. That doesn't count. Yeah. He could have used the other hammer right now. The one that we saw at the beginning of the episode.
The true purpose of your visit, you want something.
I journeyed here to see my friend whom I've greatly missed.
Missed? You missed my wedding. The birth of my children, 2 of them.
Really? Is this why he's upset?
You cannot claim that which you discarded.
Discarded? Through
20 years may be the blink of an eye to an elf.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess. Okay, I get it now. He feels abandoned by his friend, but Elrond does not have that concept of, like, you know, a life that ends quickly.
Congratulations on your wife, your children.
One apology to Lisa and you're off. No getting better acquainted. No reminiscing about the past, and absolutely no.
He's gonna do all this.
This cannot be Elrond, can it?
I fear so, fair lady.
Is it the first dwarf woman we meet? I think so.
Oh, come on! Dare that Gimli! Come on! Hurry along!
Gimli has to be like an ancestor of Gimli, but I don't really know the family tree, so...
Please, I hardly wish to intrude.
I said sit.
Are you certain?
No, and I'm still angry. Tell me about your king's proposal so I could decide whether to present it to my father or toss it in the nearest slag pit.
It was orcs.
Orcs? That's the proof she needs.
Your home. Where was it?
What do you mean, no bodies?
I mean, the entire village was empty. It was as if the ground had swallowed up the people of Horden like flies.
Round here's titchy, always has been.
By what, I cannot say, but they were digging towards us. I tell you, we remain here at our peril. We must spread the word.
Are these the worms that we saw in The Hobbit that just tunnel? It seems too small to be one of those. The tunnel seemed too small to be dug by one of those worms. They're very huge.
Bloody mice.
It's not mice. It's not a mouse. Maybe goblins? We know goblins tunnel as well and do traps. Okay, these are the mice. Okay. Damn. Okay.
Theo, what's wrong? What happened?
Get help. Go.
Why wouldn't you just go with her? Yeah. What? I don't understand what exactly she's doing right now. What is that? I think it's a goblin just wearing a skull. I don't know, it doesn't look like it looks like a goblin, but it's a wrong color. What is that? He's gonna have to cut the rope. Wait, no, it wasn't tied anyway. Nice. Really? In the middle of the storm, the raft was just there where they left it? Okay.
It's a lantern. We use fireflies.
He has a thing for fire. Just like Gandalf whispers to the moths. Is Is he Gandalf or is he another wizard?
This is how we help him. He wants us to help him find those stars. That's it, isn't it?
Is that Orion? Looks like Orion to me.
Nori?
Why are they dead? Okay. That's an ominous sign.
Tell me, do you not think it's a coincidence that an elf should just land on our doorstep? Now,
Elrond is a friend. I trust him.
there can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
This is the Arkenstone. Yep, it's the Arkenstone. So they found it around the same time, and they believe the elves are after it or something. Is this a broken sword? I thought it was a mace in the beginning, but it looks like a hilt of a broken sword. And what is exactly going on here? It's growing back. And that was episode 2 of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. We continued the story with Elrond. We found out that he was... the king wanted him to join this sort of like big deal architect or an inventor for a project that he wants to do. The project is a tower that he wants, but he needs it to be completed very quickly. It looked to me like the tower where Sauron's eye becomes he said it will be a furnace that they can use to forge everything. It can burn as hot as a dragon's fire. So I think it will be the tower where Sauron's eye ends up. So Elrond suggests that they can do it with the help of the elves and with the dwarves, and he is a friend of the king's son, and so he goes with Durin in order to go, talk to him about the dwarves if they can help build the tower, but Durin was mad at him and did not really greet him inside until he invoked a rite of passage of some way. But then it turns out that he's mad because he was his friend and they were very close, but apparently Elrond does not know the concept that for a human's natural life 20 years or so is a very long time. And so Elrond didn't think anything about it, that he will just go back to him and they'll just pick up where they left. But he told him, you didn't come to my wedding, I got married, I had kids, you just left and never came back, and that was very disappointing to him. We met his wife, the first dwarf woman. I think we meet in any Lord of the Rings production, and so things turn out to be okay, and he actually accepts to present the proposal to his father, and his father tells him, no, this is too much of a coincidence, why would they show up at that time? And it turns out because they probably around that time is when they found the Arcan Stone, and I think it is what's in the box. It was very pretty clear that it is the Arcan Stone. We also continued the story with Galadriel, who is definitely a tough elf. She jumped out of the ship, and she survived a worm attack in the beach, on like in the ocean. She meets up some survivors and remains with this one guy until they reach the land. Not sh- Probably ended up in the Southlands, because this is where he confirmed they're from, and they were probably fleeing from there because orcs attacked his town, and so basically confirmed to her what she thinks, that no, orcs are still around. They're still attacking villages and towns, which is probably what's going on with Bronwyn's town. We've seen Bronwyn and Adurin. They found out that there are tunnels being dug under the city or under the village, and then all the villagers just disappeared, no bodies. I still not sure what that creature was that came up. It looked like a goblin, but the size of an orc, and the color was red, which is I don't know. I'm not sure, but it seems that the tunneling, and it sounds like goblins, but I'm not going to assume anything yet. It will probably be clear later. So Bronwyn eventually kills one and was able to prove what she was saying to her town, and they started leaving, abandoning the city. And we meet, and when her son has a drop of blood drawn towards the hilt of the sword that he found, and it started growing back with fire. So this is definitely one of the bad signs in this episode. This episode showed a few bad and ominous signs. The other ominous sign was with this stranger that came from the asteroid, and Nori and her friend have been taken care of. He sometimes gives me like Gandalf vibes. He wrote the same symbol that Gandalf wrote on Bilbo's house when the dwarves actually showed up in the Hobbit. He also whispered to the fireflies, just like Gandalf whispers to the moths. But he also, when he was angry, he had this dark, like energy around him, and he made everything a little dark. And the fireflies died around him when he felt like threatened. So these are very ominous signs. We don't know what happened to Adorine. He was pulled in the tunnel. They didn't show him get killed, and the rule is if you don't see the body, then he's not dead. I'm very interested. I like the way the show is done. So far, I have no complaints about like the storytelling or the scenery. It is very immersive, and I feel like the Lord of the Rings, world is in front of me. So I am very happy that there was nothing off-putting or nothing that took me out of it and started comparing it to the movies or anything of the sort. So they did a great job with that part. Thank you for watching this video with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like and a comment if you want to. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.